What if I told you a president's first 100 days can define a nation's future? This is Kenya News Update today. Coming up, we dive into Tanzania, where President Samia Suluhu Hassan just hit a critical milestone in her second term. But here's the twist. Her first 100 days were about healing, but these new 100 days are defined by a nation on edge. You'll discover the promises kept, the challenges mounting, and what this means for every citizen in East Africa. The clock is ticking. Meet President Samia Suluhu Hassan, Tanzania's first female president, a leader who took office in 2021 after the sudden death of her predecessor. For her first 100 days, she was a healer. She pardoned prisoners. She halted abusive taxes. She withdrew politically motivated corruption cases. The nation breathed a sigh of relief. But here's what nobody's talking about. The second term is a completely different story. Today, February 11, 2026, marks 100 days since her second term began on November 3, 2025, and the landscape has shifted dramatically. The first term was about hope and reassurance. Government workers saw fairness. The media welcomed inclusion. It was a new dawn. But the second term's first 100 days are defined by complexity. Tanzania faces corruption, public anxiety, and something new, heightened online dissent. Social media is exploding with criticism. Some are even calling for foreign intervention. This is the tension Samia must navigate. And then, something shocking happened. An incident on October 29, 2025. The article doesn't detail it, but it continues to shape the national discourse. It's the ghost in the room, delaying major promises like a reconciliation commission and constitutional reforms. But here's the part that will blow your mind. Despite the pressure, her administration has already delivered on some big promises in these 100 days. They created 12,000 jobs, 7,000 for teachers, 5,000 for health workers. Hospitals can no longer withhold bodies over unpaid bills. National health insurance pilots are launching. This is tangible progress, but the clock is always ticking. 100 days. A global benchmark set by U.S. President Franklin Roosevelt in 1933. Passed 76 new laws to fight the Great Depression. For Samia, the benchmark is just as high, but the challenges are uniquely Tanzanian. The stakes, the future of a nation of over 60 million people. Some say she's delivering on her electoral promises against all odds. Others say the online dissent and public anxiety show a government losing touch. But if the first term was about listening, what is the second term about? Action or reaction? The implications are huge for East Africa. A stable, prosperous Tanzania means a stronger region. A troubled Tanzania sends shockwaves across borders. The controversy is clear. Can Samia's inclusive style survive in an era of online anger and lingering institutional challenges? The tension is between the 12,000 jobs created and the social media calls for foreign intervention, between the hope of the first term and the anxiety of the second. But here's the unanswered question hanging over it all. What exactly happened on October 29, 2025, and how will it finally be resolved? That single date is holding the nation's biggest reforms hostage. Do you think a leader's second term is harder than their first? Can you deliver real change when half the country is criticizing you online? Drop your take in the comments. Subscribe to Kenya News Update today for more breaking news from across the region.